If you had to think of one of the most underrated movies of all time, according to you, what would you pick? How about of the 90s? In both cases, I always say Shortcuts. This movie came out in 1993. It is directed by Robert Altman. Robert Altman also co-wrote it, and it is based on Raymond Carver's short stories, 9 of them to be exact, and a poem. This movie is so intriguing from the top of it all the way through to the very end, which has a very unexpected ending, and I will not give it away. There are so many A-list quality actors in this film which keep you intrigued through every single twist and turn. It's basically many different storylines and characters that are loosely connected, all living in Los Angeles in the 90s. You wouldn't think that there'd be enough time to develop all these characters in this movie, but Robert Altman manages to add such incredible depth instantaneously as he weaves these stories in and out. Some of them connect, some of them don't. They all are under the same beating sun of LA, dysfunctional, sad, hilarious, kind of scary in some parts. It is a smorgasbord of incredible storytelling, amazing directing, and just unforgettable acting as well. Jack Lemmon has an unforgettable monologue in this film that just brings you to another world. Once you watch it once, you'll have to see it again to get every single tiny nuance. Let's go through the actors. We've got Julianne Moore, who plays Marion. She is married to Matthew Modine's character, Dr. Ralph Wyman. We have got Robert Downey Jr., he plays Bill Bush. We've got Jack Lemmon, who plays Paul Finnegan in this film. Unbelievable performance. We've got Tim Robbins, who plays a very, very fed up dad and husband who's a cop. Andie MacDowell, oh, incredible performance. She plays Anne Finnegan. Unspeakable tragedy happens to her in this movie. You'll never forget it. Jennifer Jason Leigh, Madeleine Stowe, incredible performance. Frances McDormand, Lily Tomlin. Hello, Lily Tomlin's in this movie. She's so good in this film. She is living with Tom Waits. Tom Waits is in this movie. It's absolutely unforgettable. Lily Taylor, Lyle Lovett is in this movie. There are so many. Anne Archer's fantastic. Let's not forget Peter Gallagher. I missed a few main characters, but those are the main ones. The experience of watching this film is like very few others. You really are drawn into these stories, and these characters have a very raw yearning or apathy or listlessness, desire or something that's compelling them, leaving them paralyzed in a way, or drawing them to something new with a new curiosity. There's something very raw and authentic going on in every scene. In a very real way, there's some tragedy in it, which we don't see very much anymore in our day-to-day. We only see on social media and all the things that look so perfect. That's being reflected in movies as well. Tiptoeing around people's feelings and softening what the raw authenticity of life actually is. And I feel like this film really captures that. Roger Ebert says it quite like none other. He gave this film 4 out of 4 stars at the time and wrote, "Los Angeles always seems to be waiting for something. Permanence seems out of reach. Some great apocalyptic event is on the horizon and people view the future tentatively." Robert Altman's Shortcuts captures that uneasiness perfectly in its interlocking stories about people who seem trapped in the present, always juggling. These reviews were written in the 90s, so probably more honest and authentic than you're gonna get from the New York Times now. But the New York Times wrote at the time, "The lives are often desperate and the characters inarticulate, but the group portrait is as grandly, something as hilariously realized as anything the director has ever done." If you have not seen this film, I guarantee you are going to be surprised that this film is not talked about more often. Gene Siskel of the Chicago Tribune gave the film 4 out of 4 stars and called it a brilliant companion piece to The Player, another one-of-a-kind Altman film. Kenneth Turan of the Los Angeles Times wrote that the film is not equally involving all the time. Some performances are stronger than others, some situations more entertaining, and some choices Altman has made, like an over-reliance on female nudity that borders on the exploitive. Oh, I totally disagree. Okay. Difficult to defend. But whenever interest lags, a look, a moment, a frisson of regret will cross the screen and the emotional connection is restored. So there you go. Lots of different opinions, which are good in a film. Every character is not as interesting and likable as every other character. Such is life. So there, another reason why this film is incredibly authentic, like life. Some characters I'm gonna naturally care about more than others. Are some performances stronger than others? Perhaps. This film, without even getting into the details, I don't even have to. It does have an irreverence to it. I think there is one scene with Julianne Moore where when I saw it years ago, I don't think it was gratuitous, what she was wearing. I really don't. I would be the first one to say that's completely gratuitous nudity. I genuinely don't think it is. It's authentic. It's if you were a fly on the wall in someone's house, watching a couple have a fight in real time that have known each other for years and years, and they feel comfortable talking off the cuff, and they're not like sitting properly in a chair, and everything's not perfectly poised, and they don't like have their hair done. Of course, Raymond Carver as a writer is so talented and has this unique capacity to capture humanity at this very gut, intuitive level. And I think Robert Altman wrote this screenplay and directed this movie exactly how Raymond Carver would have wanted these stories to come alive. Tragedy and rawness and crassness and a little bit of nudity, which isn't gratuitous. It's what life would be like if behind closed doors. It's what couples would be acting like behind closed doors, without a camera rolling, without a makeup team there, without knowing that no one is watching them, no one is seeing them. Especially in the 90s, there weren't cell phones that you would pull out every 5 seconds. Filmmakers are going to start making 70s, 80s, 90s movies, maybe early aughts, because the dialogue and the conversations and the scenarios and real life is so much more interesting when people aren't pulling out their phone every 5 seconds and people aren't able to text each other, and you're not in a room with your spouse going, who are you texting? Who are you texting now? Who are you texting now? Because that didn't exist. Conversations were so much more interesting and probably even had more depth to them. Dare we say it? What do you guys think about Shortcuts? Go watch it. My favorite underrated movie of all time. Come back, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think.